Welcome back. Today we're diving into YOLO, the 2024 Chinese dramedy written, directed by, and starring Zhao Ling. This isn't just another underdog story, it's a heartfelt journey of self-discovery, personal transformation, and fighting for your life when the world has written you off. With emotional highs, heartbreaking lows, and a dose of real-life grit, this is a story about a woman who goes from being overlooked and mocked to standing tall in the ring, and more importantly, in her own life. So grab a seat, because we're about to break down the entire story, every emotional beat, and what makes YOLO one of the most inspiring films of 2024. The movie opens with an image that tells us everything about Du Lang. She's sprawled on her parents' couch, scrolling her phone, eating takeout, her hair unkempt, her face blank. At 32, she's unemployed, overweight, and seemingly invisible to the world around her. Every day bleeds into the next, and her life has become one long, stagnant pause. But if you look closer, you see something simmering beneath the surface. A woman who once had dreams, now buried under years of judgment, disappointment, and quiet shame. Her parents, especially her mother, try to be supportive, but her younger sister Du Ledin has lost her patience. Tension in their household is thick, and when Ledin confronts Lang, it erupts into a heated argument. Ledin accuses her of being a burden, of wasting her life, and those words cut deep. It's the first push Lang needs to finally break free, not because she wants to change yet, but because she refuses to stay where she's no longer wanted. She storms out, leaving the comfort and prison of her parents' home. Her first step into the world is an attempt to restart her life, a televised job seeker show hosted by her cousin Dowdu. First, it feels like a chance at redemption. Maybe this is how she'll get her life back on track. But what unfolds is humiliation on a national stage. Panel of employers and the live audience mock her for her appearance, her lack of confidence, and her aimlessness. You can feel every insult landing like a punch. And then comes the knockout blow. After the show, she learns that her best friend and her boyfriend, Sean, the one person she thought she could lean on, have been secretly engaged behind her back. In one day, she loses her dignity, her relationship, and whatever little self-worth she had left. Heartbroken, humiliated, and alone, Lang hits rock bottom. And it's in that quiet, dark place that she makes an unspoken decision. If this is life, she's going to start living it on her own terms. With nothing left to lose, Lang takes a job as a waitress at a smoky, bustling barbecue restaurant, renting a small, bare apartment nearby. The world outside hasn't changed much. People still stare, whisper, judge, but inside, she begins to build something new: independence. It's at this barbecue joint that she meets Hao Kuan, a boxing coach who's charismatic, but clearly down on his luck. He's the kind of man who talks big but lives small, yet he sees something in Lang that no one else does: potential. He invites her to come train at his gym. First, she laughs it off. Boxing? For her? But when she visits, curiosity wins out. Inside the gym, it's a different world. The smell of sweat, the sound of fists hitting pads, the energy of people chasing something. Lang feels out of place at first, surrounded by fit, confident trainees who barely glance at her. But something sparks. Maybe it's Hao Kuan's encouragement. Maybe it's the feeling of her first jab landing against a pad. Or maybe it's the realization that, for once, she's fighting for herself. Whatever it is, she comes back the next day. And the next. Under the guidance of Coach Liang, who takes her under his wing, Lang's transformation begins in earnest. And this film doesn't sugarcoat it. We see her struggle. She can't last a full minute of jump rope. Her punches are sloppy, her footwork clumsy. But we also see her grit. Day by day, she shows up. Morning runs, bag drills, shadowboxing. Slowly, painfully, she chips away at the old version of herself. The film gives us an extended training montage, and it's more than just physical change. We watch her lose over 50 kilograms, but more importantly, we see her gain confidence, self-respect, and a sense of purpose. She earns her athlete's certificate, a small piece of paper that represents something monumental, proof that she's not just surviving anymore. She's fighting. Outside the gym, her personal life starts to heal too. Her dynamic with her sister Ledin softens. The walls between them slowly come down. Ledin begins to see her not as a burden, but as a fighter, and that rekindles a sibling bond they thought was lost. Even her parents, who once tiptoed around her, begin to express quiet pride. There's a beautiful scene where Lang, sweaty and sore from training, shares a meal with her family. For the first time in years, there's laughter at the table. It's understated but powerful. a reminder that transformation doesn't just change one person. It changes everyone around them. Her relationship with Hao Kun deepens, blurring the lines between coach and companion. He pushes her hard in training, sometimes too hard, but he's also one of the few people who truly believes in her. Yet this isn't a fairy tale romance. Hao Kun has his own demons, financial struggles, personal regrets, and a tendency to put his own ambitions first. Their relationship hits turbulence when his ego and focus threaten to overshadow her journey. In one pivotal scene, Lang realizes she's been fighting for his approval as much as her own progress, and she decides that her transformation isn't about him or anyone else. It's hers. Walking away from that relationship is one of her bravest choices, and it cements the theme of the film. True change comes when you start living for yourself. The climax of the film arrives when Lang enters her first official boxing match against Lu Hongxia, a former provincial champion. This isn't just a fight, it's the culmination of everything she's been through. The bout is brutal and beautifully shot. In the first round, Lang holds her ground, surprising even herself. In the second, she's overwhelmed, pummeled by Hongxia's speed and precision. She stumbles, exhausted, the old voices of doubt creeping back in. But then comes the third round. She digs deep, drawing on every insult, every heartbreak, every sleepless night that brought her here. With renewed fire, she lands a powerful left hook that rocks Hongxia and electrifies the crowd. The bell rings. She doesn't win on points, but in that moment, she's victorious in a way no scoreboard could capture. She's proven to herself and to everyone watching that she belongs in that ring. After the match, Hao Kun approaches her, humbled, ready to reconcile. But Lang, standing taller than ever, smiles and says, "I won today." She doesn't need his validation anymore. That line hits like a final punch. She's no longer the woman who needed saving. She's her own savior now. The film closes with Lang in a new chapter of her life, working a stable job, maintaining her health, posting on social media, "I've finally won." But this isn't a neat, happily ever after ending. Something better, a promise. Promise that the woman we met on that couch at the beginning of the film will never exist again. Lang has stepped into the ring of her life, and she's never stepping out. YOLO isn't just about weight loss or boxing. It's about reclaiming dignity after years of invisibility. It's about the courage to start over, to fail publicly, to keep showing up when no one believes in you. Jialing's personal commitment, losing 50 kilograms herself during production, adds a layer of authenticity that can't be faked. And that's what makes this film resonate so deeply. It's raw, it's real, and it refuses to let you walk away unchanged. Thematically, YOLO explores self-acceptance, empowerment, and resilience in a way that feels universal. It's no surprise that it became China's highest-grossing film of 2024. Critics compared it to Rocky not just for its underdog boxing arc, but for its ability to turn a deeply personal journey into a cultural phenomenon. The cinematography blends grit and heart. The sweat-stained gym scenes contrast with quiet, intimate moments at home. The soundtrack drives the emotion, making every setback sting and every small victory soar. Ultimately, Lang's story belongs to anyone who has ever been underestimated, mocked, or dismissed. It's a call to action. Get up, fight back, live, because you only live once, so live like it matters. And that's the full journey of YOLO, a touching, empowering tale of second chances, hard punches, and self-love. If you found Lang's story inspiring, give this video a thumbs up and share your thoughts below. Which part of her journey hit home for you? Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth recaps and cinematic explorations. And remember, life gives you one shot. Make it count.